Ciao, this is Laura Parrish. This is a congratulations. Congratulations, I'm very happy you trust the method and you buy the package, because if you are seeing right now, it means you bought Video Grammar 1. This is the first lesson. Follow those lessons. I suggest you take notes, like behave like you're sitting in a class and you are watching at the board. You are the first position in front of me. I'm very close, right? And just take notes and relax. Just try to understand, okay? And the best way is to take notes. The beautiful is you can watch the video over and over again. So we start with the first lesson of Video Grammar 1 is about the pronunciation of the vowels, because the first thing to learn when you are learning Italian is that in order to have a very good pronunciation in Italian, you gotta understand how to pronounce the vowels and make an effort to pronounce the vowels correctly, because in English you pronounce the 5 vowels in a different way. In Spanish, they pronounce the vowels exactly like in Italian. So if you are a Spanish native speaker or you already study Spanish, for you it will be much easier. Anyway, it will be easy for everyone, just follow. Okay, so this letter in Italian is A. You know, some Americans or British tend to be tend to say E. So, if you want to have a very good Italian pronunciation, open your mouth. You gotta be open like in the word America. It's no E, it's A. Every time you find this letter is A, open. This letter instead is the same that pronounce this letter in English, E. This one is the way you pronounce this letter in English, E. This is, I wrote the name Omar because this letter is no O, is O, very clean, O. And this letter is like in the name Uma, you know the actress Uma Thurman, she's very popular, so it's like in her name, U, is no U, is U. So, after me, A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. It's difficult for you to remember to pronounce them this way because for all your life you pronounce in a different way. So you gotta do this effort to remember how to pronounce them. In English there are many differences because I think the pronunciation in English is quite difficult, especially because, for example, this letter in English sometimes you pronounce I, sometimes you pronounce I, depending by the word. In fact, that's why in English the pronunciation it is very difficult. That's why you have spelling bees for children, you know, do spelling bees, because the pronunciation in English is more difficult than in Italian. I think English is a difficult language to learn, I can say that. Anyway, in Italian instead is phonetical. It means that one letter, you pronounce this letter the same way in every word. It never changes the sound. That's wonderful. This letter is gonna be I everywhere, in every word. So, because Italian is phonetical, it will be enough for you to learn a few simple rules of pronunciation that I'm gonna teach you in this course, and you're gonna understand them very well, and you will be able to pronounce correctly every Italian word, even words that you have no idea what they mean. So, we don't have spelling bee. We don't have the spelling, we don't do spelling because it's phonetical, so a letter is the same everywhere. But we have a sort of spelling that we use for name of people, because name of people are no like words. They can be somebody maybe is from another country, British or American or French. So tell in Italian, when they take your name, they use this system. It will be taught to you in the appendix. Is no part of this course, but it's free. You're gonna find it in the website. You can go to take a look. If you have to call an hotel in Italy, will be very useful. Okay, so now we're gonna do the rules of pronunciation later, because now instead the lesson immediately after this one is the alphabet. So we saw the 5 vowels. Now let's see l'alfabeto. L'alfabeto, the letter are A, B. Try to repeat after me, that's not a bad idea. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, Z. Let's watch them. A, B. This is never C. You say C in English, is never C. It's C. D, E. This is F. Can you see? Yeah. F, G. This is called H. This letter, like we will learn in the rules of pronunciation, is the only one that is always mute. This one, H, is always mute, the H. I, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, Z. Z, like Catherine Zeta-Jones. We pronounce this way, Zeta. Okay, so this was the Italian alphabet. I don't know if you noticed that we have some letter missing respect to the English alphabet. We don't have J, we don't have X, we don't have Y, we don't have W, and we don't have K. All these letters, all those letters are missing from the Italian alphabet. That's you're gonna understand how we build up the sounds with those letters in the rules of pronunciation. Okay, so now the next topic is finally gender and number of nouns. Genere e numero dei nomi. Okay, so let's start this lesson with a cross. I'm gonna use this cross all the time. It's part of my method and you're gonna get used to that. Why this cross? Because I divide in 4 parts, because in Italian, in order to speak a Roman language correctly, so French, Spanish, Italian, you need to know the gender and the number of a noun. And for example, this corner will be masculine singular. This corner will be always feminine singular, this corner will be masculine plural, and this corner will be feminine plural, okay? So when you have a noun in Italian, you need to understand the gender and the number of the noun. So now you're gonna ask why. I tell you why. Because in order to speak correctly, everything has to match. What I mean, it means that in a sentence, if you have a noun that is masculine singular, the article has to be masculine singular, the adjective that refer to that noun has to be masculine singular. So every element, especially the adjective and article that refer to a noun, they have to have the same gender and number of the noun. Feminine plural noun, feminine plural article, feminine plural adjective. That's the way that Roman language, the structure of Roman language is that. That's why it's important to divide in 4, because then you're gonna get used to that, and you're gonna see, just when you watch, you see immediately a gender and number according where it's written. And it's very easy, because if I write articles like that, nouns like that, you see they are the same, because they are the same in the same corner, so you see they go together. But let's go on with that. So this is about nouns. So in the masculine singular corner we write O, in the feminine singular corner we write A, in the masculine plural corner we write I, and here feminine plural we write E. What that means that? Also I wanna write, let's use another color, I wanna write 2 arrows that go down like that. So let's write a word. For example, let's write the word tavolo. Tavolo, it means table, is a table where you sit eating, all that. So this word ending O, okay, that's this word ending O, so you go here and you know this word is masculine singular because it ends in O. How do you make it plural? Very, very simple. You go down following the arrow, that's why I made the arrow, at the masculine plural. Let's substitute the O with the I, and voila, tavoli is the plural of tavolo, is masculine plural. Let's write a feminine nouns now. Feminine nouns, let's write, I don't know, penna, okay? Penna, this, but this is a mark, but penna is a pen that I used to write. You watch, you see, look, penna ending A. You go here, oh, look, it's feminine singular, so this word is feminine singular because ends in A. What is the plural? You go down, follow the arrow, you substitute, and will be penne. About the pronunciation is about the vowels. Anyway, let's try the pronunciation a little bit. Penna, penne, and we use also the masculine. Tavolo, tavoli. So, after me. Penna, penne. Penna, penne. Tavolo, tavoli. Tavolo, tavoli. Also the names of people. In Italian, a very common name for guys is Marco. Marco and with O. In fact, in Italian, all name of men end in O, or at least the most common one, end in O. Instead, the name of women, like mine, for example, Laura, because here in America they call me Laura, but my name is pronounced Laura, like in Spanish. When a name, a proper name, end in A, is probably the name of a woman. Laura, Maria, Stefania. Stefania is a very beautiful name actually, is Stephanie. Stefania. You see, name of women. Instead, Marco, Paolo, when ending O, are name of men. So even names of people follow that. There are a few exceptions. For example, Luca is the name of a guy, even if ending A, and means Luke. Also there is Andrew, Andrea, that is the name of a man in Italy, even if ends in A, but lately someone called females Andrea. I think it's very pretty. Okay, so now this is one pattern. Unfortunately, there isn't only one, there are others. But this that I just taught you is the most important because then you find also the exercise in the grammar vademecum. You find the rules, the exercise, so This is just the grammatical explanation. You have to understand, and that's it. But then don't worry, because there are going to be exercise and everything else to fix that in your mind. Okay, so let's say that this is the most important pattern for nouns, because let's say the 80% of nouns in Italian follow this pattern. So a lot of nouns ending in O are masculine, ending in E are feminine. There are 4 patterns for nouns. This and the next one are the most important, so I suggest you to study them very well. The number 3 and number 4 are not so important, but it's right to know, because if you learn grammar, you want to learn it well. So focus on the first 2. The third and the fourth is just good to know, but you're gonna memorize, don't worry, because you're gonna understand. Okay, so now let's do the pattern number 2. The pattern number 2, I will say, is about 15% of words, so a big number. So the pattern number 2 is, for nouns, we are talking about nouns, is E, I, and I. For example, let's say a word, elefante. Elefante, it means elephant. And you probably, this elefante is a masculine singular, okay? Masculine singular elefante, you go down, follow the arrow to make it plural, substitute with an I, so it will be elefanti. And now, I know your question, I see you raising your hand, and your question is, excuse me, but if masculine singular ends in E and feminine singular ends in E, how do I know when a noun is masculine or when a noun is feminine? You cannot know, you gotta know the nouns. So it's a question of vocabulary, you gotta know enough nouns. But I'm gonna tell you a trick. It's not a perfect trick, it doesn't work absolutely perfectly for all the words, but for a good number. If you follow this trick, you have, I don't know, 95% of probability to get it right. So use this trick. The trick is that when the words ending in E are usually masculine, so put it on masculine, unless they end in zione. In this case, they are feminine. For example, stazione. Stazione means station, the station of the train. And in E, okay, but the last part is zione, so it is feminine. Action, azione, azione, and in zione, so it is feminine. So even if you cannot know, you follow this rule and it's pretty good. All the nouns in general ending in E are masculine unless they end in zione. In this case they are feminine. But to be sure, absolutely sure, you need really to know the words, and that is gonna happen little by little, because don't be too hard on yourself, because to learn a foreign language is a big commitment. So it's difficult. So let's go on little by little, and they are gonna come together. Okay, so now those are the most important pattern, number 1, number 2, and you have the exercise so you can do them when you finish the lesson. But there are others 2 patterns. Okay, so this is the number 2, let's write it here, we did the number 1 before. So now let's do the number 3. Number 3 is a accent, a accent, a accent, a accent, and a accent. So I know you are wondering, you are saying, what that means? It's about 3% of the words. That I tell you immediately, it means that when you have a word ending A, first of all, I want to tell you something. Italian is not like French, or Spanish, thanks God for you, where you have a lot of accents in the middle of the words and you gotta remember the rule, study the rule, how to write all the accent. I know, because I study Spanish, that's pretty hard, the accents. No, in Italian, thanks God, there are no accent, only at the end of the word, only on the last letter, and in this case you stress the last syllable, that's it. So let's be more clear here. Let's say, for example, the word city, città. In Italian, the only letter where you can find an accent is the last one, and that's it. There are no accent in the middle like in French and in Spanish. So when you find a word with the accent on the last letter, you just stress. You say città, kind of go up, la città. So here, let's see 1 second what it means. Città, the fact that they are all the same, it means that if you want to make the plural, you go down and you substitute, and you have the same letter. So what that means? It means that singular and plural are the same. Actually, città is a city. Città is also cities. So one città or 100 città is still the same. But when you're gonna use the articles, when they mean one, the article is singular. When they mean many, even if the word is written the same way, the article will be plural. Okay, now the singular and the plural are the same. What about the feminine and the masculine? All the words in this group are feminine, with the exception of one word, that is papa. This is the only masculine words ending in a accent, and the plural is still papa, because it doesn't change. So one papa, 100 papa, daddy, it means daddy, this word. And actually, let's see 1 second, let's work a little bit on the accent, just a little thing I want to tell you. Even if you didn't study the article, but it's in the next lesson, I write the article. So, il papa, the daddy, when is one, I papa. So the word doesn't change, because here singular and plural is the same, but the article, this is the singular article, this is the plural article. So the article instead, yes, that changed. Actually, let's say papa, that I told you means daddy, and the same word without accent. This, it means daddy. This, it means Pope, the chief of the Catholic Church in Rome. So let's see the pronunciation. Daddy, papa. The Pope, papa. So il papa, il papa. Il papa, il papa. Papa, papa. Papa, papa. I think it's enough. Okay, so now let's go with the group number 4. That's not very important, it's very rare, but you know, it's good to know anyway. And here it is. So 2% of words are in this group, and we have a, I, e. There are not a lot of words in this group, like I told you, and for example, there are very common words, that is barista. Barista, if you go to Starbucks, I love Starbucks. Barista, it means bartender. And in Italian, barista is in cafeteria, because in Italy, bar are different than here. You probably know. Starbucks, now I don't want to do a free commercial to Starbucks, but Starbucks is the European style of cafeteria, because in Italy bar is cafeteria and bar. So you can have alcohol, you can have coffee, cappuccino, sandwich, sodas, whatever. Okay, so barista belong to that group. Barista is the bartender, is the guy who gives you the coffee. So let's see, when is a male, masculine singular, is barista. When is a female, is still barista, you see, feminine singular. What about if there are many guys? It will be masculine plural, baristi. If instead there are many girls, many females, will be bariste. That's the way how it works. I want to tell you that when a group of people are a mix of males and females, it takes the masculine plural. So if those baristi, for example, are 2 women and 2 guys, it will be masculine plural, baristi, because this is only when there are only females. This is only males or males and females. So in this group there is also artista. Artista, artist, is artista if is a guy, artista if is a woman, artisti, many guy, artiste, many women. Also there is in this group musicista, musicista, and all people who play any instrument. For example, there is chitarrista. Chitarrista is the guy that play guitar. Or I don't know, batterista. This is very good to know. Batterista is the drummer, the guy who play drums. Batterista, or anything like a violinista, for example. Violinista, the guy that plays violin. Or pianista, why not? The guy play piano, or the girl play piano. Actually, every musician that play any instrument is in this group. Now I cannot stay here to make a long list, because this is just vocabulary. After, you follow this pattern and you are fine. Let's do a couple more. You do it. Stop the video and you do it, and then you check it. So now try with pianista. Tell me what it is pianista when it's a guy. Pianista. Tell me what it is pianista when it's a girl. Pianista. Tell me what is pianista when there are many guys or guys and girls together. What is it? Pianisti. Right. What is pianista if there are girls that play piano? What do you call them? Pianiste. Very good. Another one. Let's do guitar. Chitarrista. What if it's a guy? How you call it if it's a guy? Chitarrista. What if it's a girl? Chitarrista. What if there are many guys? Chitarristi. Many girls? Right, chitarriste. Very good. Now let's finish with some irregular masculine and feminine, and then I'm gonna write the whole 4 patterns for you to have them very clear before to go with the articles. Okay, so let's write some irregular masculine and feminine. Unfortunately, there are always irregularity everywhere. So, for example, when nouns at the masculine, okay, masculine. Let's do the cross. I like it better, so you get confident to see that cross. So you remember this cross is always masculine singular, feminine singular, masculine plural, and feminine plural. This is no another pattern. We have 4 patterns that we saw before they are regular, okay? This is a group of words that follow this one, they are irregular, okay? That's the way grammatically they say. Okay, so masculine singular is say that any word that then end in tore, at the plural it will be regularly masculine singular tore, masculine plural will be regular tori, but the feminine, it will become trice, and feminine plural, trici. Let's do an example. Let's take a word ending tore. For example, attore. You know, so if you like, I like Sean Connery. Maybe you like someone else. Anyway, attore, okay. Attore ending tore means actor. So if you want to say, instead you want to say attrice, like Angelina Jolie or Jennifer Aniston, whatever, tore became trice. So what you gonna do? Very simple. You delete tore and you substitute it with trice. That's what happened. Be very technical, you can be wrong. So it will be attrice. We want to say actresses. So we go down, we substitute trice with trici. And this is attrici, is females, actresses actually. What about actors? Actors, here you have attore, you understood, right? Attore. So you substitute tore with tori, and this is actors. Okay? And you know, there are many other words ending in tore. Let's do one more. Let's do writer. Okay? Writer, like Hemingway, that's my favorite in the Americans, is scrittore. Scrittore. It comes from the verb to write. To write in Italian is scrivere. If you watch the demo lesson about the verbs before about this program, you know that the verbs at the infinitive always end in are, ire, because the demo lesson was about that. Anyway, if you didn't watch, be patient, you're gonna understand when in the lesson about the verbs. So scrittore. Scrittore, okay, at the if you wanna say a woman, like Virginia Woolf, for example. So you substitute tore with trice. Let's do it. I delete tore now. I erased tore, and now I write trice. Double T, because look, let's do it again. It was scrittore with two T, because in Italian we have double consonants sometimes, and the sounds is just a little bit stronger, but don't worry too much about that, because there isn't a big difference. It's just a question to remember the spelling. So scrittore, we delete only tore, okay? So basically we keep one T. Before I did a mistake, you gotta be very technical. We delete only tore, we add trice, so by doing that we reestablish the second T and we have two T. So scrittrice, scrittori, scrittrici, if you want to do plural, scrittrici, okay? So we have attore, scrittore. Every time you find a word ending in tore, it works this way. And this was the irregularity that I wanted to show you. There is another irregularity, okay? So let's just do masculine here. Oh, let's write it in Italian. Masculine in Italian is maschile. Maschile, and feminine is femminile. Femminile. Femminile and maschile is also an adjective. You can say, oh, look at that pink dress, it's very feminine. È femminile. In Italian say femminile, means feminine. Or, I don't know, that motorcycle is really masculine, it's really macho. I don't know. In Italian you say maschile, molto maschile. Okay, so now let's see those irregular professions, for example, are irregular, like dottore, that means doctor. For a female would be dottoressa. Professor, professore. Professore, for a female would be professoressa. It's difficult, it's a long word. In Spanish it's just profesora. In Italian instead is professoressa. Professoressa. It's gonna be in the rules of pronunciation. There will be about the pronunciation helps. After this lesson, basically, let's do rules of pronunciation. Then it will be articles. You can choose the one that you want to be first, because there are many videos. Okay, so also the profession of attorney at law, lawyer, attorney. So is avvocato with 2 V, avvocato for a guy, and avvocato also for a woman. Why? Because in the past those profession was only for men, so even if it's a woman you keep it masculine, it doesn't matter, and it's correct. Architect, the same, is architetto, architetto for a man, and architetto for a woman, for the same reason, and it's correct. Let's see a few other irregular words just to remember the most important. For example, this word that means king, the feminine queen is regina. So re is king, re, queen is regina. Then prince is principe, okay, and princess is principessa. Principe, principessa. Also student is studente, and the regular feminine of studente, this is masculine, is studentessa. Also there is let me see, one second, poeta. Poeta, this is really irregular because it's feminine and is masculine ending in a, so is a guy. Let's put the article. Masculine singular article is il re, il principe, lo studente, il poeta. This you're gonna learn when we study the articles, why is lo. The plural of il principe is principi, plural of studente is studenti, plural of poeta is poeti. Instead re, the plural is the same, it doesn't change. Il re, this is the plural article, it doesn't change the plural. Now we have regina, the plural is regine, so you remember, right? It was O-I-A-E, so is regular. Principessa, the plural is principesse. Studentessa, the plural is studentesse. And here the feminine regular is poetessa. Plural is poetesse. Let's write just, even if you didn't study it, so be patient, you're gonna study that. Feminine article is la regina, la principessa, la studentessa, la poetessa. Okay, so now, before to close this first video about vowels, introduction, alphabet and number and gender and number of nouns, I'm gonna write the 4 patterns of regular nouns, so you have all of them in front of your eyes. Okay, maybe you can copy them in a page of your notebook. So the pattern number 1, very important, 80% of words. Pattern number 2, 15% of words, quite important. Number 3, I will say only 3%, and number 4, 2%. Those percentage are not perfect, so don't get me on that. So masculine singular, feminine singular, masculine plural, feminine plural, always like that, the 4 corners. So the first one is O, A, I, E. Okay, you remember the explanation. The second one is E, E, I, I. This one, it was the one with a accent, a accent, a accent, and a accent. The last one was a, I, E. Just one word about that. I told you that the only masculine word is papa. There is another one, but it's not very common, is podestà. Podestà, now, you know, I really don't remember, but it's something historical, and you're not gonna find it very easily. It was probably the Lord of Venice, the Lord of Venice in the Middle Age and probably the first part of the Renaissance. So you, unless you read an historical book, if you say podestà, remember is masculine. In fact, the masculine article that you didn't study yet, but you will, is il podestà. And plural is the same, doesn't change, because in this group the plural doesn't change. The plural article is I podestà. So in this group, all the words doesn't change at the plural. All the words ending in a accent are feminine, with the exclusion of papa, daddy, and podestà. That was this historical chief of the city town of Venice in the Middle Age. Okay, watch it, copy, and I see you in the next lesson about rules of pronunciation or articles. You can go which one of them you prefer next. Ciao!